G'day and welcome to Aussievision. I'm Dale, and today we are talking about Olly Alexander representing the United Kingdom at Eurovision 2024. Now, this is huge news that was announced on the grand final of Strictly Come Dancing. One of the biggest shows in the UK. They love it over there. Massive audience to watch on BBC. So to announce him on that show was a really big signal, and to say we're taking it serious, we're getting everyone on board, we want everyone to know about Olly Alexander representing the UK. And it's understandable why. He is a big name. Yes, of course, he's not kind of Adele level, but he's still a really big deal from years and years. He was the lead singer, obviously, in that group who've charted all over the world, including here in Australia. He is an actor, obviously the lead actor in It's a Sin, a fantastic series. You must go check it out. And he's wanted to do it for a long time. So he's really been very interested in it. There's been a lot of rumors about it. People kind of know who he is in the UK, and especially fans of Eurovision, like us in the fandom, but also fans here in Australia, fans in Ireland, and fans all over the world. I had a lot of mainstream people who only maybe casually watch Eurovision, who were messaging me, who were telling me all about it, as I'm sure you all were as well, to go, hey, Olly Alexander's representing, UK's going to win now, aren't they? Well, let's have a look if they're actually going to do that. So let's start with the real positives about Olly Alexander for the UK. Number one, as we said, this is a really big signal. And it's not just a signal to the homegrown audience in the UK to say, hey, we're taking it seriously, we want to have a crack at it. It's also a signal to the rest of Europe. Now, when UK take it seriously, they are, I guess, respected more. When they don't, the public, the jury, see that. We know they're the biggest music industry in Europe. So when we kind of feel like they aren't putting 100% into it, people just subconsciously will vote them down. They're gonna compare them. They're not like San Marino or Moldova or a Czechia. They're UK, so they've got to really raise the bar up here. So having an artist like Olly Alexander, who is definitely well known enough in the music industry, then that is going to be a really key signal here to say we're taking it seriously, and that is a really, really big plus for the UK in the contest. Now, they've also got a great team for this as well. Danny Hull is going to be the producer and obviously writing it, and has already done it with Olly Alexander. The song exists already. Now, he's just done the song for Dua Lipa, Houdini, which is an absolute cracker. It's fantastic. But he's worked with a whole bunch of artists. Rina Sawayama, Australia's own Flume as well. He's just been nominated for a Grammy for a sort of a hyperpop album that he's worked on as well. So he definitely has musical chops. So it seems like we're gonna probably get a decent contemporary British pop song, which is what we want. Now, what's been great about the renaissance of UK is that their songs sound like British radio, different varieties of it as well. Mae Muller's song was a cracking song, and she was a real up-and-coming artist, and she still is. Okay, they didn't get the result they wanted to, but it was a good song. It was very, very, very modern and contemporary. Sam Ryder had that kind of real Brit pop sound, and he turned it into a really good package and had a great voice. And now we've got Olly Alexander working with contemporary good writers and producers. So we're going to hopefully produce something really good and really British sounding, which is fantastic. We want that authenticity. That's all about things at the moment in Eurovision. So good quality pop potentially coming out of this as well. But then let's talk about maybe where we've got to try and work things out here, because we've got a name artist, we've got a good team behind it, and we've got a potentially good song. But this, it all comes down to where are the points, how's it going to go with jury and public. Now, let's look at Sam Ryder, where he had a really, really big jury score, won the jury. I think he came 5th in the televote, don't quote me on that, but not as well in the public vote. Now, he's got a cracking vocal and absolutely smashed it, and it was jury bait all over. Got the points, came second place overall. And generally, jury performances have a big vocal. Think about who's won the jury in recent years. Tattoo obviously won it. We had John's Tears win it as well. We've had North Macedonia and also Sweden almost won it as well that year. So big vocals are going to stand out. Now with Olly, he's a really good artist and he's got a good voice, but does he have a jury winning type of vocal? So you're going to need the song not just to be excellent, it's going to have to be extraordinary. it's going to have to be amazing and really like a chart-topping type pop song to get that really high jury points to beat out some of the vocalists who might be coming through. Because the UK are going to want to get some jury points here. Then look at the public side of things. UK struggle there. So again, we're going to have to really just bring out an absolute banger that overrides any of that kind of question mark about the how UK is treated or how people vote for things in Eurovision. So we need an extraordinary song here, because ultimately, even with artists like Olly, which is a great signal and he's got the experience, is that you need, it doesn't matter, unfortunately, how big of a name he is. And also, he's a big name in the UK and in Ireland and in Australia and with fans and with a lot of the LGBTQIA plus community because of his, because he is part of the community and he's done It's a Sin. But the average person watching Eurovision on the Saturday night in May probably won't know who he is. And if you even look at an artist like Slimane from France, he actually is more popular in a lot of the countries of mainland Europe than Olly is. So he's not a star that's going to be super well known that the public are going to already be wanting to get behind him. So there's that side. But there is the side of the jury who will know of him and will know he exists. And so you're going to be starting, I think, from the jury's point of view, of an expectation or even a respect here. So as long as it doesn't drop and fall away, they're going to want a reward. There's going to be a subconscious bias by the jury to want to reward the UK for their efforts, even though I've got that question mark about will the vocal be absolutely stunning. So you kind of feel like there's going to be a little bit of reputation there, but he's going to have to bring a really big song. It's not going to matter so much about the public. It doesn't really matter that he's a name, and I think that's what people forget sometimes. Yes, he is a name, but it doesn't matter. A lot of nations sends big names. Italy send it every year. Sweden send it most years. They're some of their artists' big names. Just because UK is doing it 1 year doesn't equal a victory or a super great result. It's all going to come down to the song, which we're waiting on, but fingers crossed, and the live performance. So we need to get that vocal right. We have to get the staging right. There's so many elements, and we saw last year or 2023 with the UK is they had the right song. There are elements of the staging that were great, but it all didn't come together, and they finished in 25th. Sam Ryder, it all came together. They still came second, and they still didn't get close to winning the public vote. So there's a lot of factors to win Eurovision. It's all got to go super well. And just because you have a good name doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's a really, really good step for the UK and another great step. We just need that magic to come together. Is Olly Alexander and his team someone who could do it? 100%. They've got probably that X factor, that ability to come up with a great pop song that can be something people all over Europe will listen and love. But it's a really big question mark. And so that expectation is going to be super high at home. And I hope he can live up to it. I would hope he can at least deliver a decent enough result that the UK, and he is happy with, because he's a Eurovision fan, and just putting on a great performance with a great song is all you can do, and the rest of it can be left up to the Eurovision gods as it was. But overall, well done UK, getting a great name. It's such a big step, and I'm so looking forward to see what Olly Alexander brings. But I would just temper expectation, because right now, if I had to bet who was going to get the best result out of France and UK, I'd be betting France, just because we know the song, he can sing it, and he's going to get jury respect. So until we get the song, we're going to have to wait and see. But nevertheless, great result for UK getting Olly, and let's see what 2024 brings. Thanks very much.